Hi, my name is Kyle, and I will be going over the workability disadvantages and just the disadvantages of the affirmative plan of action. I'm going to begin with the fact that banning electronics in the classroom would be ineffective due to the fact that the compliance with already existing cell phone policies aren't observed. There was actually a poll conducted by Common Sense Media between May and June of 2009. It said it was conducted between students between the ages of 13 and 18, and it said they responded that where phones must remain off all day, 66% of them use it anyway, and where the phones must be stored during the day, 57% of them use it in school anyway, and students who attend schools that have a ban on cell phones altogether, 63% of them use their phones anyway. It can be seen with such a blatant disregard of the already present rules that are existent in some schools that the students would not listen to these rules and obey them. The student's ability to learn is negatively affected when the policy enforcement becomes out of hand. Treating students like criminals and enforcing policy as such is harmful to students. There was Leah A. Plunkett, an associate professor of legal skills and a director of academic success at the University of New Hampshire School of Law, said that when schools treat tech products in a similar way to alcohol, drugs, or weapons, tech companies should be concerned. This is a categorization, signals to students that technology itself is dangerous, and simply using it makes a person threatening. She continues by saying that students are going to learn better techniquette, which is basically technological etiquette, technology etiquette, by receiving heavy-handed punishments. They're going to learn it by using technology regularly in their daily lives, including in school, and having rational norms established by their communities. Schools exist to teach students. It's a cop-out for them to take students out of the classroom and stop teaching them at precisely the time they have the most to learn. And at some schools, excessive force has been used in the enforcement of some of these laws. In September 2014, a female high school student in Houston, Texas was tackled to the ground by multiple school resource officers because she refused to hand her phone over. Ixel Perez said, "I didn't want to let go of my phone, so they pinned me on the floor." She continues, "One of them was behind me, on my legs, trying to put me in handcuffs." Perez continued, "It hurt a lot, and the other cop had his knee on my head, with all his weight on me, and I was screaming because it hurt so much." The girl was on the phone with her mother, who was having complications with her regular dialysis treatments and refused to give the phone away because she was trying to make sure that her mother was all right. Another more recent example was actually less than a month ago. A female student in South Carolina named Shakar was thrown from her seat by a police officer because she did not put her cell phone away fast enough. Students in the class reported that she had just had her phone out and wasn't even using it. The altercation escalated when she was told to leave the classroom by her teacher and vice principal. She felt this an unfair punishment, and due to the fact that she wasn't even using the device, and refused to leave. A school resource officer was then called in to deal with her, and when she refused his instructions, he, quote, wrapped his arm around her neck and tried to pull her from her desk, which flipped backward to the floor. He dragged her out of the desk, threw her across the floor, and arrested her for disturbing the classroom, Shakar's lawyer Todd Rutherford said. She now has a hard cast on her arm and a swollen neck, back, and shoulder, as well as a carpet burn on her forehead. And in regards to the firing teachers after your 3 strikes policy, I believe that faculty and teachers shouldn't be seen as police officers and shouldn't be held accountable for enforcement of such a policy, like through the loss of a job. If a professor believes that technology is beneficial to their curriculum and instruction, why should that put their job on the line? And some of the disadvantages of their plan is that the use of electronics in the classroom is actually beneficial to educators, and a lot have been using it in a beneficial way. In a 2012 study, iPads and iPad instruction were provided to students, and it was found that iPads provide quick, easy access to information and a key advantage in the educational environment. It was also found they're very handy devices for collaboration as well. And another one, a majority of AP and this was a study conducted by Pew Research Group in February 2013. 73% of advanced placement and national writing project teachers said their students use cell phones in the classroom to complete assignments. When online, some of the top activities that the students engaged in were 95% of the students used it to research online, 79% accessed or downloaded assignments from an online site, and 76% submitted their assignments online. And that laptops, in fact, have improved test scores, and banning them would hurt the students that it has helped. In 2005, a study followed 259 middle school students and examined the impact of the laptop program and student achievement. The study found that when the students began, they had no statistical difference in academic performance. However, after 1 year of the program, the students who were provided laptops by the program and given instruction on their proper use showed a significantly higher achievement in all measures. In one school that was followed was the 6th graders at Harvest Park Middle. Those who were provided a laptop had an average GPA after the year of 3.5, while those who weren't provided the technology received an average GPA of 3.13. And another disadvantage is that money can be saved by allowing electronics in the classroom. Cell phones are a cheaper alternative to clickers, or as known, some people know them as iClickers, or personal response units. Assistant professor of education at Bellarmine University in Louisville, Kentucky said mobile phones can be used as a cheaper alternative to clicker devices, and explained how many teachers are using an application called Poll Everywhere that students text their answer in and are able to watch the changing results on a bar graph. This application, because it's virtual, is much less financially draining to students since they don't have to purchase expensive clickers. It is also beneficial to institutions if they don't have the infrastructure required for these clickers to be used. And another one is that there is a shifting trend towards the implementation of electronics in the classroom. Superintendent, so the current policy of the Boston Public School System states that cell phones must remain off and hidden during school. However, the system has just received a new superintendent, Tommy Chang, who believes that there needs to be flexibility permitting the use of electronics in the public schools. Chang says that technology plays a key role in today's society, and that's a very powerful device that they have in their hands, and we could withhold them from that during school hours, or we can build within students the capacity to make smart and intelligent decisions.
We got to stop you. You're almost a minute over.
Oh, okay.